Polyvagal and body keeps the score. Not only are they bad ideas for therapy effectiveness, but they undermine therapist credibility too. Hey everybody, my name is Leah Benson, and I'm a licensed psychotherapist, coach, and psychedelic guide in Tampa Bay. And today, I'm going to break down the reasons why it's bad for psychology, and more importantly, bad for patients when leading therapist educators are teaching outdated pseudoscience like polyvagal and the body keeps the score. Before I go there though, I'm going to address the accusation that I always get when I say this stuff. And that is that I don't have respect for the life's work of and profound healing that people have received from the likes of Peter Levine, Stephen Porges, and Bessel van der Kolk. First, it's not that I don't have respect for the work they put in or that I don't recognize that people have been helped by them or their methods. What I don't have respect for is the fact that they continue to teach therapists allegedly scientific information that has been clearly falsified and superseded by more recent data for decades. Their scientific explanations for why their methods work are based on outdated pseudoscience. And that is an embarrassment. Not to mention that it's a problem for patients, which it is. And I'll get to that in a sec. But to drive home the point, everybody knows that psychology is a soft science, right? Just ask any real scientist in physics or chemistry, or most MDs, quite frankly. Even people like Chris Voss, the famous FBI hostage negotiator, will tell you so, as he sells his own version of psychology, topped off with the ironic twist that he spouts the same completely outdated ideas about brain function in his interviews. I even put off my original interest in psychology until graduate school because back when I was picking what to study in college, a mentor advised me not to study psychology because, quote unquote, no one will take a girl with an undergraduate degree in psychology seriously. Yikes. Who wants to be the kind of person who can't be taken seriously? So yeah, I have strong feelings about the fact that presumptive leaders in the field are unwilling to give up their outdated pseudoscience. It undermines the credibility of everybody practicing psychology. If you want to train people in your methods, fine. Just don't keep explaining why it works with outdated nonsense. Which leads me to what is probably the more important point, which is that for the patients and clients, the updated science is empowering in a way that the old frameworks simply are not. In those outdated frameworks, you are a victim. You're a victim of a primitive, emotional brain and of a body that's always betraying you. And none of that is true. Those are stories you have been told by therapists who are relying on outdated science to sell their services and explain what they're doing. To make things worse, when you believe these ideas, you're much more likely to remain a victim in your own life story. Because that's how brains actually function. They look for evidence proving the beliefs they already have. Literally. If you believe you have a rational brain and a primitive emotional brain, you will always live with the specter or convenience of being overcome by that primitive emotional brain inside you. You will end up in the inevitable corner of understanding yourself as mentally ill or probably being a narcissist when you don't act right. Having the understanding that something must be wrong with your rational brain and indicating there must be something fundamentally wrong with you. Time for meds. It's not like this, guys. And if you want to facilitate the efficiency of gaining and maintaining your mental health, you want to capitalize on how your brain actually does work, which is a video for another time. But know this, If your therapist is telling you about rational, emotional, primitive brains, about the idea that your brain is always scanning for danger, that uncomfortable energetic arousal is trauma that you are carrying around, or that you need a trauma therapist to help you, they are out of date and may be encouraging you to solidify unhelpful beliefs which undermine your therapeutic progress and keep you attached to them longer than necessary. Not that a lengthy therapy isn't just what you need sometimes. Mine was 10 years. But in case it isn't, you should be in the know. See you next time.